last week, Tennessee gets their doors blown off in Gainesville. They were due for a bad night, and it went about as bad as you could think. Well, reports of Tennessee's, they're maybe they're not as good. McCall, you know this
were there some reports? Did we hear some reports in the first half of this Georgia game too? I'm not trying to be a snitch, but were there some reports?
Yeah. By the way, I had Florida fans in my mentions. You know who you are, telling me to go to hell for putting you six behind Tennessee, despite you beating Tennessee. This is why. Tonight, to me, is why. Tennessee drops Georgia 74-56. They outscored Georgia in the second half 49-30. McCall, this is my favorite thing about this win. Chaz Lanier shot 2 for 16.
That was good. You said you're stealing my thunder, Fanta. You're stealing my thunder because
and they ran him off the floor.
Rick Barnes calls him out and basically says, "We paid you to shoot. We paid you to shoot. So go shoot." And so he goes. He takes 16 shots, and he shot 16 shots. This is what we paid you to do, and he didn't make any. And they blow off those. And Mike White, the job he's doing, and the week that they had last week with the 2 huge wins against Kentucky and Texas, for Tennessee. Look, this was a statement. We didn't play well. The game got away from us at Florida. They got away from us. And credit Florida, they played terrific. But we didn't play well, and Florida laid the hammer on them. And to respond this way with 2 good wins, and even tonight, because I think Georgia's an NCAA tournament team. I really believe that. And to have your leading scorer not have his best game and you win by 18, that shows how good this team is. And you're going to have nights like you had in Gainesville. I mean, I'll never forget the first time the University of Florida ever got ranked number 1 in the country. I don't remember exactly the year. It had to have been maybe 2004, 2003, around there. The next day we went to Rupp Arena when Tubby Smith was coaching and lost by 100. It's just some nights games get away from you. They just get away from you. And that's what happened in Gainesville. This team's for real. They have a legit shot to win it all. They have the right personnel, and they have a terrific coach. And tonight was one of those statements of, hey, we're still here. Just because we lost by a lot last week to another really good team, and this is how good the SEC is, we're for real. And we got a shot.
Henson, you buying that to that degree?
I am. The Tennessee game, Georgia was getting with them, and it kind of reminded me. I remember, we were playing well when I was playing in Georgia Tech. We actually lost, but we lost to Georgia Tech by 20, game 2 at ACC. And then we go play Clemson, and we were down at the half, and we had to kind of have a moment of truth. Okay.
Yep.
What are we going to do? How are we going to fight, or are we going to? And we sat together as a team. I don't even think Coach said anything to us. I think he walked in the locker room and said, "What you guys want to do? Look, I'm gonna let y'all talk," and left. And we ended up winning that game. So that's what Tennessee did today. They said, "You know what? We got to have a moment of truth." And they came out in the second half and they tightened the clamps. I mean, they shot 13 more times, had 18 offensive rebounds. That type of stuff can buoy you when your best player is not playing well. And they showed their championship medal today and why they are a contender. The Florida game was one of those games. It happens. 18-year-old kids, you're in college. You're going to have a bad game. You throw that in the trash. You say that's not us, and you move on. And I think that's what Tennessee has done.
Tennessee, under Rick Barnes, takes what you are best at offensively, and they make it a nightmare for the most part. And I thought tonight in the second half, they made Georgia not look forward to playing offense. I mean, that's what Georgia looked like when they were bringing the ball up the floor at the end of the game. And you only have
second half, Fanta. They scored 26 points in the first half.
It's true.
The second half,
true.
It was from the tip.
From the tip. And that's what stands out to me, I think, about this Tennessee team is that, I thought Jordan Gainey, who was the hero back at Illinois, he showed his microwave ability tonight in this game. 19 points. He got red hot in the second half. They get double figures from Cade Phillips, who steps up, gives them a little something. And Zakai, I mean, I think McCall, that's just it. Like through the years, it feels like Zakai Ziegler has become this we take him for granted guard nationally. And he is just
100%.
he's such a steadying presence for the Vols.
And not to mention the injury that he came off of, right? Like to return last year and, early in the season when he wasn't playing great or moving great, everyone's like, I don't know if he can get back to the player that he was before he got hurt. And we take complete advantage of him. To see what he did, 16.7 assists tonight was truly impressive. And he's just so steady. He never seems to get rattled in tight games and close games or blowouts, whatever it may be. He's the same player, and look, Chaz Lanier leads him in scoring and he's terrific, and he didn't have his best stuff tonight. And, Jordan Gainey to be able to come off the bench and give them that lift of 19 points. But Zakai's the guy. I mean, he is their rock, and he is going to be the reason that they make a deep run in March if they do, because of how steady he is as a guard.